Hello Chattanooga, here's a quick look at today's top stories. First of all, Sequoyah Caverns is closing after 49 years. The famous Fort Payne, Alabama attraction will close its doors September 3rd. Owner John Jones says that at 79 years old, he's ready to retire and decided it was time to close up shop. We're told the Jones family wanted to give visitors one last summer to see the caverns before they close. Chipper Jones will be the featured speaker at this year's Best of Preps banquet. Jones is one of the most popular players in Atlanta Braves history and will be the first professional baseball player to speak at the annual event, which honors more than 500 area athletes. The banquet will be held June 17th at the Convention Center. Tickets are on sale at timesfreepress.com/bestofpreps. After more than 3 decades of building bigger and more expensive nuclear plants, TVA officials are thinking small. How small? Well, TVA's next nuclear reactor may be built in a factory and shipped to the Tennessee Valley in a truck. TVA has agreed to be the first to test a small modular reactor known as M-Power and plans to build a pair of the new reactors in Oak Ridge. Developers hope the simpler design will also allow for reactors to be located underground and to be built faster and cheaper. After spending nearly a week at the Brainerd Recreational Center, Patton Tower residents were moved to local hotels on Monday. Take a look.
We've worked nonstop over the last several days to make sure that their immediate needs are met and that we work towards a plan for a long-term solution. Today and over the last several days, we've been working with PK Management to move these residents from the shelter to a hotel. I've explained very clearly that the Red Cross and the Salvation Army have said that this shelter must be closed for the safety of the residents and they must be moved.
PK Management, the owner of Patton Towers, says they'll provide the hotel rooms for 1 week in hopes that the building will be ready after that. Next up, the mayors of Chattanooga and Hamilton County are now talking to each other nearly every day. County Mayor Jim Coppinger says communication between the two leaders is critical and that not a day goes by when they don't speak. But he wouldn't comment on whether that's different than when he talked with former Mayor Ron Littlefield. Still, there's one topic Coppinger and City Mayor Andy Burke refuse to talk about, and that's consolidation. Next up, Lookout Valley residents have called a meeting with school officials to try and keep Regina Brock as principal of Lookout Valley Elementary School. Superintendent Rick Smith announced in May that Brock was being moved to Thrasher Elementary on Signal Mountain. Lookout Valley has run through 6 principals in the last 12 years, and residents say that the school needs stability instead of being treated as a training ground for principals. Right now, Allison Taylor is scheduled to take over for Brock this fall. A former Bradley County middle school teacher has been indicted on touching charges. Authorities won't explain what 50-year-old Mark Swanson is accused of doing that was considered illegal at Sequoia Middle School, but they do say that he touched one of the girls in his 6th grade math class. The incident reportedly occurred during school hours in January. The Bradley County Sheriff's Office says the initial complaint came from one of the girl's family members. So what exactly are touching charges? Well, the Sheriff's Office says it could be anything from a hug or a kiss to a massage or even a pat on the back. Mark Swanson's attorney says the teacher has been falsely accused. And 8 people were sent to the hospital after a Carta bus crashed with a car Monday on West Main Street. One of the people in the car was rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. Police are continuing to investigate the crash. Turning to weather, today will be mostly sunny with a high near 86 degrees. The low tonight will be around 66. I'm Harrison Keeley. For more on these stories and updates throughout the day, follow us on Facebook and visit timesfreepress.com.